Recently, Atomos launched yet another live streaming device called the ATOMOS Zato Connect. It's a compact and easy to use tool that connects to the Atomos Cloud Studio. I'm starting to think that live streaming device makers will eventually be migrating to a model where their hardware connects to a cloud-based service, which may eventually push out people like Restream, but more on that some other time. Smash that like and subscribe button below, and then we'll dive into the rundown on this new device in 3, 2, 1. The Atomos Zato Connect is an all-in-one streaming device that oddly combines both HDMI and USB-C inputs. This was a move first seen in the YOLO box from YOLO Live, which I'll admit confused me quite a bit. I didn't understand initially why I would want to combine multiple HDMI inputs with one USB input, but I later discovered the YOLO box could also use a capture card like the Camlink 4K to convert that USB input on their switcher to being yet another HDMI input. The Zato Connect is advertised as being able to stream to a number of platforms including Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, as well as RTMP destinations. But it can also be used as a webcam source for your computer if you're trying to put a switcher in line before you send a video feed out to the platforms like Zoom or Teams. The hardware boasts a 5-inch 1000 nit display with Wi-Fi 5 compatibility. Not really sure why they didn't include Wi-Fi 6, seeing as the Wi-Fi 5 standard has been around for just shy of a decade now, and the device can connect for streaming via USB-C or Ethernet using a USB-C to Ethernet adapter. It can be powered by Sony NPF batteries or over USB-C and has a 3.5mm audio jack to add microphone or line sources into the mix. You can also source audio from your HDMI or USB-C inputs. From looking at the back of the device, there's one HDMI input, one HDMI output, one USB-C port for power delivery, and 2 additional USB-C ports. The Zato can record locally to SD card in H.264, but there is mention of playing back video files off of the SD card into a live stream. Only time will tell if this is a case of one or the other, or if both can be done simultaneously. The Zato has the ability to overlay transparent graphics with an overlays menu for placement. There appears to be 4 presets and 8 media slots, which I assume will come from the SD card. The most shocking feature of all of this is that the device comes in at a whopping $399. I'm imagining they're trying to find a sweet spot between YOLO box users and ATEM mini users. Where I'm still confused is the USB-C ports on the back. One is dedicated to power delivery, while the other 2 claim to be webcam inputs. I still question why on earth I would want to combine the visuals of a webcam with HDMI, but I'm also curious whether or not these 2 USB-C ports would allow for connecting a USB-C capture device such as a Camlink 4K with a USB-C adapter. It feels to me like we're mashing 2 very different capabilities here when it comes to camera inputs. After doing some searching around, I discovered that Atomos has also announced the Zato HDMI to USB converter for $69. Now, per the listing on B&H's website, the Zato USB HDMI converter from Atomos provides HDMI to USB conversion for live streaming applications. It allows you to run an HDMI signal to your Mac or Windows computer's USB port for use in streaming applications such as OBS, Twitch, and YouTube Live. The Zato USB accepts up to UHD 4K 30 HDMI signal and outputs up to 1080p 60 signal over USB. Essentially, it's just a capture device. From what I've read on CineD, Atomos will be launching their cloud studio later this year, which will include the ability to stream to multiple platforms simultaneously and to manage your live stream in the cloud. For now, you can stream for free to one platform, and I'd take a guess that for a subscription fee of probably between $20 to $49 per month, you'll later gain access to multi-platform capabilities. So, what are my thoughts? First and foremost, I really don't understand this urge to combine HDMI with USB signals. While we're making cheaper cameras accessible to streamers, we're inviting a whole host of quality problems, and if someone were streaming with a webcam and a DSLR, They're just going to use OBS on their computer with a Camlink capture card for the HDMI feed. This isn't a revolutionary idea. On top of that, while streaming over Wi-Fi and Ethernet is a great feature, most people seeing this advertisement will forget the entire collection of things that you need to bring with. From adapters and dongles to Ethernet cables, hotspots, and more, I think YOLO Live has the upper hand because you can put a SIM card into their units and stream over cellular without needing an additional device. Video playback and graphics are smart because you can do them on the Zato without the need for other devices, which definitely puts it a step ahead of the ATEM Mini, which would require a computer for managing graphics or something like a hyperdeck for video playback. Where I think Blackmagic could stand to learn a thing or two is in this ability to play back videos from a connected drive. Will I be buying the ATOMOS Zato anytime soon? My answer is most definitely not. If they sent one to me to test out, would I provide a real-world review and perhaps change my thoughts on the device? Well, ATOMOS, if you're watching, call me. But from what I'm seeing right now, this is definitely not a device targeted to people like me and certainly hits the very beginner streaming crowd. What do you think of this latest announcement? Hit me up in the comments down below and let me know what you're thinking.